Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to PBE. Well, yeah, in Canada for one last time, and what should be some League 2 action, but anyone looking at that grading list of names there know there's some top drivers in there that day. Unfortunately, as we are clashing with the real life F1, we've got a lot of drivers out, so as opposed to just doing a little crappy sprint race with just 12 or so people, we're getting 4 in by the looks of it, so we're just going to have a short quali because all the reserves will have to start from the back or the bottom half of the grid, should we say. But if it's all good and we're ready to go, we can ready up. It's after 5 o'clock. I see a lot of drivers out. Doesn't matter, it's all good fun. It's nearly Christmas season. Exactly. I see. The Drivers' Championship's almost said and done. That could have been wrapped up the day. Oh, is Ramsel easy like a Sunday morning then, is he? I'm just quickly... Yes, hold on. Alright, hold on, lads. If someone's lagged out. Of course, we can... for the one sly guy in, of course, we've... I had the pleasure of his comms on Friday for the last couple of weeks, and he joined Jonesy earlier on, which was an absolute blast. But Jonesy wants to race Sly Guy. Very fair enough. So I mean, he's evening, Han. Hey, if you want to jump in, Han, jump in. You're more than welcome. No point, as Paige says, no, oh God, no point, Jonesy will just lap him. Yeah, so what you're going to do, make Sly Guy use no assist, start on the hard tyres. Go in reverse, oh, he can't go in reverse, can he? Oh God, right, I'm with you there, Paige, okay. Jonesy was the first person in PBE to overtake Sly Guy. Fact. Oh well, that's a fact I did not know. I generally get pulled away on the Saturday nights for the races because it's like closing time at work, so I never really see anyone overtake him. I see him race or crash. But yeah, I think he just uses the line page, to be fair. Acting now. We'll see what's happening. We'll give it a couple of minutes. Well, we'll give it another minute because it's nearly 5 past. Oh, we've got Kezab B's. I've just noticed then. So we've got 1 Kieran, 2 Kieran. Where's Kieran B? Oh, DC Immortal. Good to see. Anyone else? More doing double duty that day. Like it. And yeah, so long as this race gets underway, Shadows will have raced in all 5 divisions this weekend. Well, have a come in, have a bit of fun. With regards to full quali, it's like half the grid's going to have to start at the back, so I mean, if you just want to do full quali and let everyone qualify, then yeah, give a shout, I'll do that. But it's just some people are going to be sitting there for like an hour or so before we get the race underway. Whatever you want to do, it's your race, I'm just here to commentate. Slap it on so you can eat his dinner. Right, there we go then. We'll let the guys get practicing. Oh, wrong one. We don't want to see assists. We want weekend structure, don't we? There we go. Right, there you go. Jonesy's giving you the nod. Ready up, everyone. I was refreshing me screen there, Ramsel. What was that? There you go. As you hear me, that voice in the background. Right. What's I done here? God, this fucking thing. Right. So then, looking nice and bright to start things off here in Canada. So. No proper race spoilers. I don't like any spoilers, but I was going to say no proper. What have I done? I've changed it to full. Oh damn! Guess I might just lose the front. Some people leading. Well, this track is renowned for the rears losing grip first. So I think that might be the case here. So then, I've whacked it to full quali then, seeing as there's 16 drivers. So we're going to lose one of them. Which one? Oh, hi, Jonesy. Oh, there we go, Mose. First one to retire there. So if AC Immortal and Itachi can do the same, Race Avocado, Kezabi, good God. And everyone else, I guess, do what Senna's doing and put a lap in on the Inters. Save your tyres and unless you need them for the race. Well, so we're going to have 17 minutes here. Well, I mean, I'll probably be a bit of a time diddly, I might imagine. There we go as the guys. Oh, bless you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. And we'll see what they're going to do. So, I see Mini Ramsel onto the Inters, Senna onto the Inters. No bother, mate, but if you can just keep an eye on, because obviously you'll be back into the Q2 session, won't you? And you may have to retire again. So, hey, championship lead at this moment of the time. Could have it all wrapped up by the end of the race. Expecting them to qualify P1. But of course, he knows the guys below have got pace, so. But I think he can still do it. If we don't get any safety cars and he can get a good start and start building that good big gap between him and P2, but we'll see. So Jonesy opting for the mediums. Of course, Canada, a two-stop track, whether that be a medium soft or a medium soft or a soft medium. Generally, as we know, hard tyres to be avoided around this track. The delta is just so great between the medium and the hards compared to the softs and the mediums. How many Rams will start in a lap, so we're looking out for the yellow flags. Oh, coming through that first his first DRS zone. Let's see him take it. Inters with DRS, nice and slow and smooth through there. He does have to watch because Peter is going to come flying up fast. Obviously it's just about getting a time on the board, but these drivers want to get into a rhythm. So there you go, Senna out the way, nice and respectful. Last thing, I know, like I say, it's only Q1, nothing to do really but set a time, but you don't want to be disrupting other drivers' rhythm. So you want to put a competitive time in for a bit of confidence booster and get the eye in the can. And so Peter, he's going to come across the line with a 1:10.5. That's not a bad benchmark, I may, compared to what I've been seeing from other divisions. He loses the back end a touch there. So who's going to be next? Senna must have been validated, so he's gone again. Page is on an out lap, so Mini Ramsel then. He does a 22.8. Yep, get that time on the board, get it back into the pits and just retire. And crack on. So Senna Senna started at the back with everybody. Oh! As we're seeing a wing fly in there. I don't think it was Jonesy's, but Senna's been Senna, I guess, at the start of the season. Oh, he's got it all to do now. Now he is going to be in and amongst it with Mo, AC Immortal and Itachi. Oh, and Kezabi. Actually, this might even be a better race for you, mate. Obviously, we don't want to see is just pushing your way through everybody. Shadow's, of course, on his wheel and on the inters. Oh, got to have a look at this as he's coming round the hairpin. It's just nice and slow and smooth, and even if it's a wide line, who gives a shite? So Maniac with a 1:10, Jonesy 1:12, Bearded Dave 1:13. Just get them laps on the board, get back into the pits and retire. So have I moved off him? Yes, I did. So Shadaz, his time 1:20. Of course, saving them soft tyres. Will you get 3 runs in there? No, I don't think you get 3 runs in Q2, but you can get 3 runs in Q3, but you can get 3 runs in Q2. So Paige on her lap, coming to complete sector 2. Yes, and there you go. I think we'll see some debris there as we're on the nose of Paige. You've changed your name, I've just realised. RRL Baguette round that hairpin. Got a teammate in front of her. The reserving racer Avocado, who had a cracking. Oh, he had no front wing there, but he had a cracking race in League One. So Paige is going to put her time on the board of a 1:11.5. Andy Lou there, just cutting off all the corners. Styles in the pits. I don't expect them to come out, as the screen's just glitched there, and I think someone's joined. Oh, there he is in P8. We'll not give that guy any TV time. I heard he's pretty bad, but we'll see how it goes. So there we go. You'll have to retire as well. Styles still in the pits. Make your mind up what you're doing, mate. I do want to be sitting here for hours. Well, for another 10 minutes, because we know you don't come out sometimes. So, hashtag where you out, Swanee. He's on a lap, but he's invalidated. So, push a bit, work out your delta for later on if you like, mate. That's going to be funny commentating on Sly Guy, like. There we go, here he is. That orange helmet there to match the car, looking nice. Now, anyone not doing that, what times you going to put on these inters? Is he going to get the head of the bearded Dave? Would not surprise me in the slightest. Swanshank's back into the pits. I don't think any of these drivers have to set times, but we will see. So still taking it nice and wide to that wall, but yeah, just coasting it through. And anyway, what am I saying? You cannot put a time on the board. So we'll just get that. Ooh. Oopsie daisy, that wasn't my intention. I didn't think it was, mate. I didn't think it was. Excuse me. Oh, we have a new follower, not one. Yes. Yes, one new follower. No, just joking, of course. Welcome to the stream. As we've got a car in the background there. Is that the Haas of Page? No, it's not. It's the Haas of Racer Avocado. Hi, not one. And oh, there's Dobrev there getting the Discord in. If you're interested in some F1 sim racing on the PlayStation Network, get yourself in. As of course, Dobrev says hi, not one. We had a day every time from the session. Andy Lou getting some practice in. Right, we'll see what Kieran does. Sly Guy, he's going to put a time on the board when he shouldn't have, below that 118 and retire straight away. Oh, someone needs to bring him up to speed on the rules. You needed to get yourself disqualified. So if you can do that in Q2, please, mate, because you should have started it right at the back. We'll get him as far to the back as we can. So Peter retires. Andy Lou, if you can retire. Styles, I think you're through in anyway. Even if you don't set a time. There you go. So we're just waiting for Swanshanks then, so we'll give him some TV time. We'll do a bit of Jonesy commentary. Ah, that shite you've invalidated, Swanee. What the hell, man? Shite. I think you might just be able to retire on track if you want. Nah, don't risk it. Is Andy Lou still in the pit? You can certainly retire, mate. I'll get the end of this amazing Q1 session. What we're going to see. Oh, we have another follower. Millie F1. Excuse me, Millie F1. Welcome to the stream. Look at that, man. 1,069 followers. Welcome along. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Morning, afternoon or evening, whatever the case may be. The Swanshanks coming into the pit. There we go, he's retired. Andy Lou, if you're listening, mate, or if someone can give him a shout in the Discord. would be appreciated. Oh, we will be. But if anything's happening, please keep the spoilers off the stream. So we've lost 3 drivers in that session, I guess, with the Senna crashing out there. Oh, we've lost 4. Oh yeah, Avocado crashed out as well. So more AC Immortal Racer Avocado obviously are going to had to have retired. Itachi will retire the next session, as will Keza and Sly Guy. If you can get yourself disqualified, mate, and that'll make sure I push you down as far as you can. Hopefully it'll push you down to 15th. And we'll get on with the next part of the session. So I think we're only going to... we've got some rain. We have some rain. So there's me thinking it might have been all dry. We do have a spot of rain, so it's looking very much intermediate. Well, is it intermediate conditions? We'll find out in about 40 seconds according to my screen. But it could just be still slicks, but a wet track. But again, I think it's... Well, no, you want to get through to Q3, so we're going to see some more competitive times here, I think. Even with the guys... Oh no, I didn't now. We'll wait until see who comes up, what comes up. Here we go. So we've got 13 drivers. We're going to lose 3 of them. And all 3 of them have got to retire. So... Right, rinse and repeat then, please, gentlemen and lady. Of course. I see an Alpine there. As Keza retires. So he is eating his munch and paying attention. Good to see, mate. As is Itachi. It was Jonesy, and he is out on red wall tyre, so it is still slick conditions. Right, of course. Just to reiterate Jonesy's season and career thus far in PBE, he is the only driver to score points in every league race he's competed in. As a full-time driver, not as a reserve, even though I don't think he reserves that much in any way. But yeah, he's always scored points. Running from his start of League 1, which was the lowest tier in WNR last season. I had a yellow flag, but I missed it. So in this season, he set a record of 16 straight weeks of being at the top of the league. So just picked a couple overtaken as he touches the wall there, coming out of the wall of champions. So that's obviously going to kill his speed right at the start of this session. But it's looking like it might be close to intermediate soon. Oh, I'll get the tyres up for you. We'll have a look, eh? There we go. See, driver still out on soft tyres, medium tyres. So we'll wait and see. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll wait and see. So Swan shot. So car coming right behind him as well of Mini Ramsel. With Mini Ramsel having a better lap on the medium tyres. So this rain's obviously cooled the track down, but he's coming through. I don't know if he's just missed his braking point, but that's a good save there, Jonesy. Well done, mate. A little too much throttle on there, but well saved. Mini Ramsel did invalidate, as has Baguette, or Paige, as I refer to her. Who else? That's Swanee. Yay, there we go. Hashtag, where you at, Swanee? Swanee's coming to the hairpin now. He's on the medium tyres, slowing it right down as Jonesy puts the time on the board at least. Yeah, that'll do him. That's all you need to do, I guess, in this session. Swanee. Well, actually, it's only Bearded Dave and Swanee that actually need to set a time, if you like. Oh, he's coming into the pit. He didn't feel it there. I thought his car looked a bit dodgy, like. But anyway, jump on board. Oh, with Peter. Peter's going to come through the final chicane. Nope, he's opted to go into the pits. Bearded Dave, I say it does have to put a time on the board to get a higher than the retired guys. And he's going to put his time on of a 1:27. Of course, times 1:21 and we're so on Q1. I know it was Sly Guy. Well, even we'll go off Shadows, and if you like, Shadows put a 1:20 in on the intermediate tyres in Q1. That was a dry track, so it's kind of telling me that that should have been the way to go. As there you go, Mini Ramsel's out of the pits, as is Page on intermediate tyres. Of course, if it's a dry start of the race, they'll get a free choice of tyre, won't they? So Shadow's still in the pits, Styles still in the pits. Mid, just expect to see him stay in the pits, to be fair. But I mean, if it's Q3 without even setting a time, then maybe it might be worth his while to put a time in. But anyway, Bearded Dave looked like he completely stopped. Andy Liu, Jonesy's back in the pits. There you go. So they don't need to set any more times. Ramsel there. Yeah, Swanshanks in for intermediate. Shadows as well, switching to the intermediate. So we'll have a look, and who we're going to have a look at. It wasn't Swanshanks, was it? It was Mini Ramsel. Yeah, so we'll ride on board with Mini Ramsel and look at an intermediate lap time from him. No, we won't, because he'll have validated this and next, so we'll jump onto Page. I don't expect Page to invalidate that much. Very composed, has the ability to keep it in between the white lines. As we see, and then just get that car out of turn 2. It's so easy to lose traction on that one. Breaking it down, cut the corner to drop down the bank, swing it in left nice and early to avoid that wall. Or you've got to slow the car right down again, breaking it down, swinging it uphill slightly, isn't it, on that left-hander. So many people lose traction coming out of the right-hander to start this little mini straight, this little DRS run down under the bridge, slowing it down again into third gear, cutting the first one. The second inside curb on the left there, that seems to spit a lot of people out if you don't get that one right. Again, hairpins like this, always tricky. But that was nice and smooth there round. Straighten the car up, flow it. Don't worry about that turn 11. It's not really a turn, is it? Although she's not using a battery, so this is just a... Although she doesn't need to, does she? Just to make sure the time's on the board. I forgot already, but that's nice and smooth through. And you would say this is a race-paced kind of lap from her. And it's there you go. So that's P1 for Page. Yeah, it shows you how much the track really got wet by the time the guys got round even a lap. So is it, we've got Swanshanks next. Intermediate tyre run. Oh, he invalidated, of course, so he has to do it this time. So we'll ride on board now with Swanshanks. Have a look at his run through on the inters. Again, no need to use the battery here, although he has got his turned on by the looks of it. And didn't swing it in enough as Page did, and he had to slow down a spot. Slowing it in, move it right a little to open that left-hander up. Uphill, like I say, slightly. Tentatively through there. Jonesy will be laughing at this one, I must admit, like. It's not the cleanest of runs from Swanshanks, but it doesn't matter. All you need to do is keep it validated. I see he has to put a time on the board. Nicely round that apex, nice and tight. As Mini Ramsel puts in a 19.5 going P1, but we're on board, of course, with his teammate down the back straight. How does he attack this last chicane? Ooh, very, very badly, and invalidates, and that's going to be this and next as well. He's going to have time to come in, it certainly is. Oh, that's what I mean, you can have a spot on lap, and then it's that final chicane. Ruins it all for you, doesn't it? Well, like I say, he's still got to put a time on the board to get out of Q2. Practice run for Bearded Dave. Bit surprised I'm going again. He doesn't. He's obviously through this session. Well, yeah, can always practice. Always good to get practice. But yeah, it's that first part of the chicane, isn't it, where you really cut the corner as much as you can to open that left-hander out so you can straighten the car up nice and early. You don't have to worry about that wall, it seems, this year. If you get it right, as Mini Ramsel improves again. Of course, Shadow's P2 getting very adept of his wheel now. Like I said, all 5 divisions he's raced in this weekend. He'll be dreaming about Canada tonight. Yeah, and but now back to the Bearded Dave. Obviously, if you aren't aware, Dave got his first win. And why does it keep putting his... Oh, get us off this nose cone. But yeah, there you go. But Dave got his first win last week. And what a great race it was in Japan. Oh, it was there. We went down to the first corner on the last lap, shall we say. I'll not spoil it. Check it out if you haven't. But it was a great win for him nonetheless. And through the final chicane he goes as we've got a yellow flag. Oh, what's happened to Paige? Paige looks like she's spun it. And the Beard Dave at least gets a bit of a better time for himself for his, I guess, 5 seconds quicker. With a 22.2. So, I say, just got to set the time. The only person needing to set a time to get through is Swanshanks, and he's got 3 minutes 45 seconds on my screen. Oh, who else can we have a look at? Peter. We'll have a ride on board with Peter. I mean, no disrespect to Peter, he's never had much TV time lately. Has had a couple of good results this season, but it was at the beginning and end. Unfortunately, he's had a few DNFs as well. He goes slowing it down through that last chicane, straighten it up. Get that last chicane wrong, you're losing speed all the way up here. Right, into turn 1, you want to cut that as much as you can, but he's staying away from the curbs on the intermediate tyres. And there's another yellow flag coming out the chicane, this time it'll be for Andy Liu. We'll stay on board with the Ferrari coming through the second chicane, really, isn't it? Uphill slightly. We got over the curb on that one. You take plenty of curb, you've got to have the right ride height. It's the high curb on the left there, isn't it? Down this little short straight here. And another chicane. Gets that all. Might have looked a bit messy, but he kept it validated. So as he comes to the second sector split time, he's 1.3 up. That's going to take him into the top 3. Unless he's lost a lot of time there coming out the hairpin again. That just, it didn't look clean. You know, if it looks slow and it's clean, then it's generally a little bit quicker. it's messy. It's a bit of a shame, but he's going for it. He slightly had to correctly steer in there. He got through that final chicane okay, and he's foot to the floor, and he does go into the pit, into P3. 300s from Shadas, so again, it's just looking good for showing how much improvement Shadas made on the wheel track as well. So yeah, fair play there. Paige still on a run. And she's coming down the back straight now. Is she going to... When Ramsel retires, yeah, your times are good enough. No need to risk it for a biscuit. We'll get you practicing if you're just going to control the car, and control the car she does. And can she improve? She certainly does. That puts her P2 for this session. The second driver into the 19s. Well done. Andy Lou just pips at the P2. There's the third driver into the 19s. Good stuff from them. So, Swanshanks invalidated once again. And this is it. Even if you've got to just trudge round at 2 mile an hour, mate, just get that time on the board. Q3, light rain for first 5 minutes, and then heavy rain. So there you go. The drivers should all be out straight away into Q3. Starting position. Key really, isn't it, with all these drivers in the bottom end? I've just noticed the Maniac did not manage to put a time on the board. Wow. I've just noticed that as I'm looking at Swanee there. Coming down the back straight. He's kept it invalidated. Doesn't matter if he low fuels it across the line. So long as he gets that time on the board, it's going to put him into P8. So the Maniac's going to be starting P12. That's a shot there. Yeah, he's going to be not wanting to be there. I guess I wouldn't. I don't know. Is it better to be there? Whether he likes it or not, he is there, I guess. And did Swanshanks finish that session in P2? I totally didn't. Oh, P3. Oh, it 1:19.3. It didn't look like a 1:19.3 lap to me, mate, but that's fair enough. You're there anyway. So he's gonna start 10th. So how many meters before Sly Guy's in P1? And no offense, but how many times are you gonna? Oh, Matty's not here, so that's fair enough. I would have said it would have been funny. How many times would, if I was driving, how many times would Sly Guy lap me? But it's obviously easier than it should have been for him. He's still got to get through all these cars first. Oh, light rain, said Ramsel. That doesn't look very light to me. I think Jeff's, whoever's forecast, has Sly Guy left the session? Or did he crash? He must have crashed. He must have crashed, so he's going to start P10, I guess. I mean, he could start P1, pull to the side, drop all the way at the back, and then come through the field once again. Really couldn't he? So, there we go. So everyone's onto the intermediate tyres. And for, I don't know who it was in the last race, but someone said, I think it was Itachi, put the leader on. So there we go. Who's going to get pole, and what's the gaps to that person? So obviously, It's not, well, it's not obvious to some, but it might be a little bit more obvious to others. But we're going to pretty much have a new pole sitter, aren't we? Potentially. I think Mini Ramsel has had pole positions previous races. I know Page hasn't made it to pole yet. I don't think Peter has. Styles isn't looking like he's doing anything. Could Styles start P4 without even setting a time? Without even leaving the pits? That would be mental. But anyway, like I say, he's in Q3 now. Is it worth his time? We'll see. Well, what we will see, provisionally for the start of this session, so long as this time goes in on the board, Page will move up to P1. And we're going to ride on board with her. Car number 2 there, with George Russell helmet on. The perfect tribute to Sir Frank Williams in my point of view. Yeah, through the first couple of corners. Is it going to be a wet race? As we saw, I think that was Peter flash up, so I think that's him coming out the pits, isn't it? Yes, it is. So everyone but Styles is out the pits. Page dropping it down there through that chicane there, swinging it right. Could have been a little closer to the wall to open that corner out. Yes, I think it's Andy Liu on an out lap. No, it's Peter Wright. It is Peter Wright behind you. Didn't come out the pits. Well, they're a little ways apart in any way, so I think this might be a case of the second lap being a better time than the first. Doesn't look like the tyres are really going to get that warm after just an out lap, but we'll see. Page is going to set the benchmark for this session. That'll be a provisional P1 for her, providing she's through it. Slowed down, had to correct her steering a touch, but it's a banker lap for her, and that is a banker lap of a 21.9. Jumping straight to Peter. Has he got more pace than that? I think he might not, I think he might be behind, and he is 1.7 seconds behind Page, but Mini Ramsel there does jump to P1 with a 120 flat. Alright, Page is liking this track. She did very well in League 1 reserving as well, but Jonesy and Swanee have jumped to P2 and P3. This time though, Swanshanks is ahead of Jonesy. Of course, we know, nice little personal battle going on there. Well, battle, not really banter in it. It's all banter. Bearded Dave, again, just getting the time on the board. Andy Liu down the bottom. I'm sure these guys have got another run here at least back into the pits and give it one final push. Hasn't really been the session forward to really get into it, but there's so many retirements. But with it here and anyway, and we can give it a shot. Right, Page back on with her. Fuel light isn't flashing, so she's got a few runs in her. And she's come to the end of her second one. Has she gone back to back? She might have done and she has done and that's a much better time from her. At 6/10 behind Ramsel in the wet, that's a very respectable time there. As Mini Ramsel does improve his time ever so slightly. He just consolidates his position there, and Jonesy into P3. Couldn't get ahead of Page on his second run. As Peter jumps ahead of Swanshanks there. He's up into P4. Swanshanks is back in the pits. Sharaz, he's put a time in. And P6. Bearded Dave and Andy Liu. More to come from them. As I say that, Andy Liu jumps up to P3 ahead of Jonesy. A much better time there from him. That's a pretty much a little South African helmet looking thing there, like Andy Liu. Oh, he's from that probably colour reminiscent of his own flag, of course. Uman with, so Peter is invalidated. I think he moved to the side to let Mini Ramsel through, not knowing Mini Ramsel might have been on a cool down. Well, he's on an invalid lap, isn't he? So That's not going to change. Anyone else coming up the back straight now? Jonesy once again. Has he gone for back-to-backs? Well, no, he's building up. Yeah, he's built up his battery. Is he going to come and go again? Nope, into the pits. Jonesy comes. Right, Shadders. He's going to come through the final chicane now. Nice and easy from him. And I say when it looks smooth and slow, it's generally okay. And it is an improvement by 0.3. And that moves him up to P6. Swanee there, though, was in P2 at one point early on this session. And he's dropped right down to 7th. So it shows there is a lot more time to be gained. Styles there, I don't think is going to bother. He's just going to start from P9. Bearded Dave back into the pits. Oh, Shaddaz going very slow. He's not on another lap. Page is at nearly a 10.5 up. So it may not give her P1, but it is going to again consolidate P2. Oh, she's coming to pits. Ooh, maybe she just wants again fresh set of tyres on and get back out for our last run. But again, that would have been a canny little time that, if she did manage to keep it up a 10.5. The car's just going across the line now of Mini Ramsel, and he improves some more. Another 0.4 up, there he is. On a 1:19.5. That's a good time again, mate. Into the 19s. We've seen a few drivers in the last session match that time. As Paige says, she tried. You certainly did, and that is there at the minute. Still front row, not quite P1, but again, it'll come. It'll come, I'm sure of it. But looks like, oh no, there is time to get back out. Unless Paige doesn't have any tyres left. Andy Lou, Jonesy is back out. Again, not knowing how much fuel the guys have got on, or if... So I'm not sure how many sets of intermediates you get. It's 3, I think, isn't it? Of course, Styles there, P9, hasn't even left the garage, so all his tyres are fresh. Swanshanks come to the end of sector 2. Has he improved by much? He's half a second up. So 1.5 there. That's provisionally P4 for him, as long as he can get it through. Ooh, a little bit of a snap there as the car straightened up. Tucking it in right for that little... There's a kind of a little kink. But it's part of the straight now. Dropping it down, braking into the... At the 50-metre board. Ooh, control, just felt it straight away. Just had to straighten that car up. But it's P2. That's a second. What a sector 3 Swanee's had there. That's a Williams front row at this moment in time, and that's great stuff. Don't know if Mini Rams will have the tyres or would even bother getting out. I think he might come back out. But that's a great lap there from Swanee. As he cuts the grass. Pierre just thought, stuff it. Let's give it a shot. Andy Lou, he's back out for his final run. Jonesy is invalidated, but of course you can see he's got plenty of time to put another 2 laps in if he's got the fuel. Shadders is on an out lap. Bearded Dave is invalidated. Styles is in the pits. Right, so Swanee's invalidated. We'll jump on board again then with Paige. Plenty of TV time here for her today. Good to see. She's got a good delta and she's nice and smooth down that hill. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. That'll be for a car getting out of the way. I think that might just been Jonesy getting out of the way for Ramsel. Okay, so I missed the first sector time there. We'll catch it again here. So do this chicane very nicely, and yeah, once that car's straightened up out the corner, you can flow it, keeping it centre of the track, braking down, second gear, tucking it in, nice. And that's showing a purple sector too. I'll just say that people say it's a glitch, but I like to think it's personal bests. Peter's out. Peter has called it a day in the pits. Page is invalidated. Ooh. Let's have a look. How would she have been on a delta? So she was up by 3/10. And that would have took her back ahead of Swanee. So, and it's a last in this. So that's unfortunate for Paige. She can go no higher than P2. Jonesy is next. And he moves it up ahead of Peter to P5. He does have time to go again. But he has the fuel. Andy Lou now does have the fuel to go again. And he is down. This is his one shot here. So that's Swanee. Swanee's invalidated. Mini Ramsel. Look at that, 4.5 tenths up, it said there, with a 19.5 from Mini Ramsel. I think that was his time before, but the checkered flag has fallen for Styles. Swanshanks has invalidated, and he's going to start no higher than P3. Shadders has moved up into P2. I missed that, but that's a great time there from Shadders. Wow, the leaps and strides you've came on there, mate, is fantastic. Senna right up the back of Andy Lou, and they're both on laps. Andy Lou 2.5 tenths up, so he doesn't, he's going for it. Paige will be back in. Nope, just let the AI take control. So Jonesy now, he's going to come up to the final chicane. The fuel light's flashing, but he might as well go for it if he's up. Of course he's going to go for it through there. Keeps it off the AstroTurf, keeping it as far right as he possibly can, and that's 6 tenths up. That's P4 for Jonesy. He's going to start the second row of the grid, just right alongside Swanshanks. But will Andy Lou disrupt the party? Yes, he will. He puts himself on the front row of the grid into P2. So the front row of the grid is going to be Mini Ramsel P1, Andy Lou P2. You've got Shadders and Swanshanks on the second row of the grid. Jonesy and Page behind them. Peter and Beata Dave on the fourth row of the grid. And Styles is going to start alongside Sly Guy in P5. Yep, Page in it. Unfortunate with that. Mini Ramsel still happy. 7 tenths up he was. And just like that, the sun is back out. Wow. So let's see which drivers from P10 down. I'm going to start on hards. Not sure if I can't even remember the end of Q2 now, but most drivers, I think at least 70% of the drivers have got a free choice of tyre. Of course, they only had to set a time, so I think I've seen a medium and a soft there at least. But there'll have been only that one lap way. But I guess on this track, that one lap could be vital for some drivers. But anyway, they're there, they've chosen. Mini Ramsel is on P1, and he's going to start on the medium tyres. Now we're going no hard tyres in sight. Right. Respect to the lads who haven't even been able to put a time on the board. Thanks for hanging around. But the question is, how many feet before Sly Guy's in queue into P1? Oh. Yeah, it's going to be good. Oh, there's Itachi and Race Avocado are going to start on cold tyres. Because they haven't even left the grid. Oh, no. They're away munching or watching the race or whatever they're doing. We could be down to 15 by turn 1. Yeah, I mean, Sly Guy, he's going to come right on the back of Bearded Dave. Peter style straight away. Will he? It's his braking points, isn't he? Other drivers will brake earlier than him, and yeah, I mean, anything can happen, of course. But in terms of, oh, we've got it. Is that an? Oh yeah, it must be the AI taking Andy Lou through. I was going to say he hasn't left, has he? As Mini Ramsel gives everyone the good luck, of course. Yes, good luck, everyone. I'd love to see all 17 cars finish. Question is anyone going to go to sleep tonight saying, I beat Sly Guy? Here we go. The cars now lining up onto the starting blocks. You see them just getting into place there. We've got the lights going, but no. Oh, we are straight away off, and we are go, go, go. And that's a good start by the Williams driver there, Ramsel. And behind him, Andy Lou did not get a good start. He's already conceded a position to Shadas, so Shadas is up into P3. Andy Lou, though, he's looking a bit ghosty there. As we're seeing drivers drop down the grid, Styles drop down the grid. The Maniac's staying where he is. But straight off the bat there, Senna is up into 5 positions. Of course, I joke about what I said about Sly Guy, but he's dropped right to the back of the grid. That's very respectable from him. I don't know if Mo has he lost his front wing? Oh, Mo's left. Mo left. But he's back in now. Right, I'm fancy. I think I know what's going on. As he slows down. Careful you don't trigger the safety car though, mate. He's going to get lapped and try and unlap himself and still win the race, isn't he? Oh, God, that'd be mental. That'd be mental. But anyway, fair play to him for doing that, and we'll keep an eye on that. And, you know, it just does give the other guys who are permanent drivers in this league a chance to still pick up some points. So, don't know what's happened, but Page has dropped a couple of positions. Tachi, the first reserve to break into the top 10. Pressure and Styles there. Bearded Dave, P8. Senna already up 7 into P7. Of course, he can get that title wrapped up, I do believe, by the end of the day. So many few drivers. I did not bother checking. That's my bad. Jonesy sitting P5 behind Swanee. Not right behind Swanee. We've got a yellow flag. Sector 2, sector 3. I think that, yeah, they're coming up onto Sly Guy now. So Andy Lou's down a position. Shadow's up a position. We'll quickly jump on board with the race leader. So he's starting down the back straight. Oh, there he is. So he's already been lapped. So good to see. Oh, just had to lift off the throttle there, did Ramsel. But he's got to complete the first lap. In the lead, Shadow still he's up from P3 to P2. Andy Lou down a position to P3. As Itachi sets the fastest lap. Oh, we're on to bloody lap 3 already, man, aren't we? What a friggin' slow commentator I am. Is Senna and Peter now. They're battling through these left and rights of sector 1. But Senna has getting the position done, and he's already up into P6. And Peter's, he saved it there. He saved it. That's very well done from him. Oh, Senna now inroads onto Jonesy. And then he's got a bit of daylight between himself and Race Avocado and Itachi now. Of course, having such good battles earlier on in League 1. Kezak going down the inside though. And that's a move done on Itachi. Very well done indeed. Took the inside line. Still give Itachi plenty of room as Race Avocado now on Peter. Side by side, they're going down the back straight into the final chicane. They're going to go side by side. No, Peter just breaks earlier. And that's the 2 cars through. Might have been a little touch there. Swanshanks gets a 3-second time penalty. That could prove crucial at the end. As Jonesy up the inside of turn 1 and Senna up the inside of Jonesy. There's 3 of them coming round turn 2. Up the little embankment here to this right left. Dropping downhill. Senna though just sitting behind. Of course DRS activated now. Senna I think might want to make the overtake on Jonesy here on this little straight so he can get DRS on. He's looking for it, but has he got the pace? I don't think he has at this moment in time. Quickly get back on the tyres for you there. Oh, there we go. So Senna and Jonesy both on the soft tyres. Senna looking left and right. Can he go on the inside? No, he's just going to play. Oh, that sounded like a touch, and it might have been Race Avocado and Peter touching behind Senna. I just heard that in the distance there. So Senna, he's looking up the back of Jonesy now. I don't think he's had a good enough exit to make the move into the final chicane. But he is right up the back of him. Oh, and that could have been... Oh, he saved that. Oh, that could have been nasty there as Jonesy gets past Swanshanks, going into turn 1. Quickly jump overhead. As you can see there now, we've got 6 cars. Jonesy now the leader of this, well, DRS train if you like. Of course, 3 DRS zones on this track. The first one you could say at the end, in sector 2, what we've got here, oh, Swanshanks is dropping down, he's took a spin, he's got no front wing. I don't know what's happened there. He might have hit the wall. As I said, he was behind Jonesy in front of Senna. So we've got yellow flag, sector 1, sector 2. That'll just be from slowing down. Oh, that's a shame for him. Now, what's he going to have to do? I think he might have to go medium to the end now. Hopefully get him back into the race. As Race Avocado is overtaking Senna. As you see now, obviously the higher league reserves making the way through the field. Senna though on the inside had a look. He's backed in behind Race Avocado. But that battle in there is letting Itachi have a sniff. Senna is on the inside line. Peter has just dropped off the Mercedes though of Itachi, excuse me, coming through turns 1 and 2. It's nice and it's compact, it's tight. Itachi just drops in behind. Of course it's that DRS zone. You want to be behind at that second DRS detection zone, which gives you the DRS all the way up the back straight and after the final chicane across the start finish line, as we know around Canada. That's the strategy the drivers obviously go for. Like I say here, Senna now. You couldn't get the move done on Jonesy the last time. It allowed Race Avocado to get in and he's made the move. Oh man, bloody freaking Keza, man. So Senna's now got 2 cars between him and Jonesy. So it just shows how quickly things can change when you're getting DRS down this back straight if you've got a bit of pace compared to the car in front. As we see Jonesy just weaving across the track there, trying to break that slipstream, but Race Avocado's right on his gearbox. He's not going to get him this time, but he's had to slow down a touch, and this has allowed Keza now up the out. Well, he's going to be on the outside of this little right-hander here, even though it's not a turn really, but inside for turn 1, going around the outside of turn 2. He's got the better tyres. Is that a switchback trying to? Nope, he's just going to slot in behind them there. We'll have a look at now on board with Andy Lewis. He's 3 tenths. He's dropped to 4 tenths, 5 tenths now behind Shadas. Mini Ramsel doing a great job on the mediums there. He's nearly 4 seconds ahead of Shadas now as the softs are starting to come to the end of their life. Swanshanks has opted to go at the hards. I must say, mate, I would have fancied a medium. Unless there's rain to come at the end of the race, so he's opted to go hards till that rain comes. That could be a different strategy call as Keza has now battling with Race Avocado, which has allowed Senna to have a sniff back in. But Senna's just got to yield a bit so he doesn't get pushed into that wall there. As you're seeing a car very close to the left, then very close to the right. That's the car of Jonesy. And he's now got Kazabi right on his tail. As if anyone's watching the mini-map, Sly Guy is absolutely making strides coming around this track. As you there, Kazabi now having a look at Jonesy. Or just keeping it behind there. As Senna and Itachi now, they're into turns 3 and 4 downhill, but Senna, he's playing smart today. I'm liking it. He's not battling too hard. If he's on the slightly slower line, he's slowing down. A long way to go yet. Of course, 35 races in this one. We're on lap 8. As you can see, penalties are flying up there now, which we'll have a quick look at if you like. There you go, they're all just 3 seconds, although Race Avocado has picked up 9 seconds. Well, that's really... Well, he's on world record kind of pace there, isn't he? As we see, Mo and Swan Shanks have had to make a pit stop. Oh, yeah. There's... Right, so as we're seeing Jonesy and Kazabi now. Kazabi finally making the move on the inside of Jonesy, but Jonesy's not giving it up. And he's forced Kazabi to slow down there, but Kazabi's looking for the switchback. This is going to be nice and tasty going into this left-hander. Kazabi slows down Jonesy on the right outside line to give him the inside line, and that's allowed Race Avocado to have a sniff, but I thought he nearly sent it in the wall there, you know. They're not giving an inch of these drivers. Good little battle here for P4. Ooh, there's a driver, Kazabi, I think that was, who's had to cut the corner. He's been forced to cut the corner there. That might have been a warning, as Race Avocado got a nice exit, and he's coming to challenge him now. Round the outside of the hairpin goes Race Avocado. He takes the position there off Kazabi. I'm expecting drivers sometime now to start making the first pit stops. Unfortunately, Styles has had a spin, looking out like it out the hairpin, and he's now dropped into 14th position. Swan Shanks now, he must have had another accident there, because he's dropped down to dead last now. His Maniac, there you go, he's into the pits. Andy Liu into the pits, and out the pits now he's coming. Maniac there putting on some yellow wall tyres, and Styles must have killed them tyres, and he's going to go for another set of mediums. No, he's gone for a set of softs, so there you go, he's had to change a wing as well, so that's unfortunate for him. Looking now for a safety car to bring him back into this, as Mo gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Mini Ramsel now, he's 5 seconds ahead of Shaddaz. Again, both drivers though doing great jobs. As Mini Ramsel, sorry, not Mini Ramsel, as Beata Dave gets a 3-second time penalty. We'll have a look now. Senna into P5, looking to wrap up that championship today. Is he looking to make a move on? Oh no, he's into the pits. Again, seeing all the most soft runners now into the pits. Shaddaz still liking them tyres. He's yet to pit. 10 laps on them softs. Kazabi is the same. 10 laps on softs, as is Itachi. These two guys are neck and neck all the way through. Nice to see. These earlier pit stops though, it's allowed AC Immortal up the grid page after I think it was an early lap 1 incident. They had to fall down the grid, but back up she comes now. Andy Liu, the leader of all the drivers who have made pit stops, so you could see he's net P1 if you like. And the first driver to pit as well, I think. Off this, apart from the two that had to pit early on, of course. Mo and Swan Shanks, but we're just looking at Andy Liu coming into the back of Page now. he gets a good exit. You know, you'll be happy to get this position off Page. Looked like he took a bit of grass there. There you go, DRS open, battery open. And again, it gets made to look so easy. Unfortunately, Page is just a sitting duck, as most drivers are who don't have DRS. And there you go, the second DRS spurt for Andy Liu. As Itachi Shadaz now an AC Immortal. Oh, both AC Immortal and Itachi now onto softs. A soft medium it's looking from them. Race Avocado gets another 3-second time penalty. He's sitting P3 now, but unfortunately he's not going to have a podium at the end. As Dave gets a 5 seconds penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he's DNF'd. Has he hit the pit wall? It's in the pits. I hope he hasn't retired. Has he retired in the pits? I think he's had a crash, you know, because when you retire in the pits, it brings the car out of the pits right up to here. So I think the Pierre Dave has lost his wheel going into the pits. Well, so last week's race winner is the first DNF of this week. It's ironic how that goes sometimes. So Mini Ramsel has made his pit stop and he's came out behind Kezabi, of course. As you can see, Kezabi still to pit. Mini Ramsel there just shows how much he's enjoying this track and how much pace he's got. So, of course, he's going for a medium, soft. Of course, the only thing I think is wrong with going for mediums with your second stint is if you get a safety car now, because he's already done well, I'm saying now, but you know, a pit stop before his next pit window could force him onto hards. You know, a wrongly timed safety car. But let's not try to get into that kind of stuff, as Peter is unfortunately not helping. Well, he's not helping. Them hard tyres aren't helping Peter the day, and it looks like he's took a spin. Oh, we're going to have a quick look. Where's he down? Yeah, he's unfortunately heated them tyres too much. I think he's done a couple of pirouettes. We see 13 laps now for Kezabi. Is he gonna try a cheeky one stop? Is Race Avocado's DNF'd? And that's a safety car. As we saw, he's on the left there, but he's really far down that straight. That's nice for Styles to come in and get off them softs, I guess. So he could go mediums. Could go mediums till the end. I know it's 22 laps, but there's going to be 3 laps, I guess, of safety car. Look at the cheek of Sly Guy. Look at Itachi gets a drive-through penalty. Sly Guy doesn't even bother putting a helmet on. The thoughts going through that man's mind there. As we see that Aston Martin just pulled up the side there, waiting for the race leader. Of course, Sly Guy dropping all the way at the back, and now Peter's out. Peter's hit the safety car, hasn't he? I bet you Peter's hit the safety car. There's the safety car. There's Peter. I bet he's hit it. I bet Peter's hit the safety car. Oh. So within the space of a lap, we've lost 3 drivers. So we are down to 14. Mini Ramsel back into the lead as Kezabi has pitted for some medium tyres. So yeah, like I say, I've heard the rumours mediums go 20 laps. they're dead and they're screaming at you, but yeah, go on mate, go for it. He's came back out into fourth behind his teammate for the day, Shaddaz. But I'm saying well done Mini Ramsel and Andy Luce, back to P1, P2, and obviously Shaddaz having a great day on his wheel. The Sly Guy picks up a penalty. Yeah, Sly Guy's, but he's got to unlap himself. So Mini Ramsel, there you go, he's going to pit again for a fresh set of softs. Yeah, I know you started on medium, so I knew you had to pit for softs. My concern for Ramsel is if another safety car comes before he can pit for softs, like say within like the next 5 laps, you know, you could be forced onto hards, or you might be forced not to be able to pit, and then he's untapped himself. Yeah, I don't think he's unlapped himself completely, you know. Don't think he's unlapped from the leader. We'll jump on board, we'll have a look. Well, he is kind of unlapping himself now from the Maniac. There, the Maniac's still ahead of him. The Maniac there's come out on hard tyres. So, Sly Guy on the lead lap. Is he on the same lap as the lead? Has he completely unlapped himself? Wow. It's took him half a race. Oh, there's his teammate behind him in Styles. He has, hasn't he? Damn, the kid's unlapped himself back out of 11th, man. I love it. I love it. Oh, fair play, mate. Fair play. And whoa. Mind you, like if you had a team of Sly Guy and Ace Immortal, you'd be happy, like, wouldn't you? What a team. Same as the Aston Martins, you wouldn't grumble at having them too. Ooh, it's because I'd be screaming it in third gear. There we go, so we'll stay on board with Andy Lou. I should have, as soon as the green flag show, I would jump straight to Sly Guy and watch him just put his way. Ooh, well read there, Andy Lou, as Ramsel got a bit loose there. We'll see if we'll just watch Sly Guy make his way through the field like a hot knife through butter. Ooh, I think Andy Lou might be having a bit of a connection issue there. Looked a bit laggy. There we go, safety car is in this lap. We'll have a look, like I say, on board. With Andy Lou. So look down the grid, Paige there, she's going to re-go on soft tyre, so good luck to her to get through that, make a couple of positions. Senna and Jonesy battling into turn 1. Excuse me. Anyway, Andy Lou looking at Ramsel, so he's got to go really as soon as he comes out this. And he hasn't. He's backing them up and he's gone now as Mini Ramsel because it's such a short run to turn 1. And he's getting himself a little bit of a half-second gap, but where's Shaddaz? Yeah, so that was a good restart there by Ramsel. Just caught them off guard a touch. So goes further down. Paige, like I say, she's on the softest compound. A Sly Guy there, gets past the Maniac. Like I say, we'll quickly jump on board. Got to have a look at his lines, just making his way through. Up into 8th. Just takes off. Oh, if everything's anything dirty here, or he's getting it. He's getting tortured. Don't touch. Don't touch. Good man. Gotta leave the space. Gotta leave the space. Side by side now. He gets past Senna. Oh, Jonesy now is his next target. And I know Jonesy be smiling now. He wanted to race him. He's going to get a bit of a... Oh, how did he miss him there? That's confidence for you. Knowing exactly where that car would go. Just missing that wheel. Great stuff. And through now onto Keza B. Just making inroads. Yeah, we'll jump back aboard. Shadows. Of course, we'll see Sly Guy in a minute. But as you can see, just ahead of Andy Liu as well. There's Mini Ramsel in the distance. There you go, Sly Guy making a move on Keza. With a shorter pit stop. And Sly Guy having to pit again. Mini Ramsel has to pit again. I think Andy Liu has to pit again. And the two Aston Martins are side by side through the hairpin. Keza B there. Getting past his teammate, but of course, different kind of race today. Shadows is on his wheel. And he's doing great on it. DRS now enabled. A Sly Guy up the inside of Andy Liu for P2. There we go. And we'll see how far, how quickly, how many seconds it takes for him to close in 2.5 seconds. Of course, it's not once about him making the overtake. It's once he makes the overtake, how far ahead of Mini Ramsel will he get? Although, sorry, it'll not be Mini Ramsel because he's got to pit again. So who doesn't have to pit? Keza. Keza's on for the race win, really, isn't he? He's the only driver who doesn't have to pit. Saying that, he does get in ahead of Andy Liu into the chicane. So Andy Liu now, if he's going to get DRS here, you stay within, try to stay within Keza's DRS through sector 1. Good exit here, just let him pull you along. So there he goes. He's half his deficit within a lap. There's Sly Guy, which everyone knows and expects. Through there. Nice. That's the fastest lap for him. There we go. By 1,000th of a second. So 1:11.0 for him. There's Jonesy and Senna now. We've swapped places. Jonesy's overtaken Senna. That was into turn 1. I'm liking this from Jonesy and Senna, mixing it up a bit. Well done indeed, gents. AC Immortal now all over the back of Paige. Paige unfortunately has lost a couple of positions since she was overtaken by Sly Guy by the looks of it. Styles picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Unfortunately not the strongest track for Styles there today. And after his unfortunate connection issues last week, I hope we can finish the season off in style. Oh, no pun intended. Right, I was just going to say, Jonesy, Senna into the final chicane. Senna had the move done, I think, so Jonesy just had to yield a spot. Senna got the DRS though on the second part of that, and it's just edged out a bit. 7/10, Jonesy 8/10 would like to be a bit closer. Senna must have a good setup though for going through these corners. Left, right. Oh, there's a little lag there from Shadows in front of Senna. Hope that didn't spoil him. Keza B now. He's all over the back of Ramsel. Well, I was talking about all that. Look at that Sly guy, he's over and he's gone. But the question is now, will he lap the whole friggin' field before the end of this race? If Swanee gets another 3-second time penalty. Penalties are flying up the day. We'll have a look. 11 seconds for Ratachi, 11 seconds for Styles. Oh, that's not going well for them as Kazabi gets past Mini Ramsel on the back straight, and he's going to get DRS into the next straight. Senna and Shadas now. Yeah, it'll be the same here. Senna, DRS open again. With 12 laps remaining, the guys without penalties, can you hold? I mean, this is a good benchmark as well for Mini Ramsel. We know he's getting better and better week by week. Good to see for Senna next season. He's going to be up there with these drivers in any way, so good to see him racing against them. Shadas, God knows where Shadas is going to be, whether it's pad or wheel. He's getting to that crossover point where I think he might need to make a decision, to be fair, especially after he's racing League One. Jonesy, P6. Yeah, he's picked and choose these battles today, hasn't he, Jonesy? He's in and amongst it with the banter in the Discord, so I'm sure he's liking being in and amongst it with the guys. The day likes of AC Immortal Mo. Swanshanks, good recovery so far from him. He dropped right to the back, didn't he? Page still in the points. Fingers crossed Hughes can get out with some. Again, no, that maniac Andy Liu. Andy Liu, though, I mean, he's made his pit stop and he can go to the end now, but it's mad how he's come out in 12th with Swanshanks and Mo. And that must be Mo disconnected here, or Mo's been disconnected. So it looks like we're going to have 13 finishers. Again, it's a shame to see the three drivers that DNF'd and all DNF'd within the same lap, which is pretty bizarre, but no, it's been a very good race so far. There we go, Page is going to be looking to get up a position by the end of this lap. You see the AI slowing right down there, didn't it? Fair play. Yeah, what is she? I haven't got the freaking... And there you go, so she is going to get the RS off that Ghost. As you see, Immortal now gets past Jonesy through the final chicane. There you go, so Mini Ramsel now into the pits. Oh, he needed a wing change as well. Oh, that's going to cost him a bit. And he's basically back now, mixing it up with the rest of the pack, isn't he? Again, maniac on hards. Doesn't have to pit again, but people say it's just such a horrible tie around this track. Who we've got now? So Page and Swanee. We'll have a little look at this battle, because Page is on the softer compound. But even though the 10 lap old, she made that move look quite easy on Swanshanks. But as we know, Swanshanks might have quite happily let her do that, because he's going to get DRS here. So he's going to look to take that position right back off her. I don't know, but I'm thinking Jonesy may have to be pitting pretty soon for his soft tyres. At the minute, I think we could still see Keza B pick up this win. I don't think. There we go. So Page flying straight into the pits. Jonesy has came into the pits also. So Swanshanks opted to stay out. Again, so what's that? Another 9 laps. 19 laps for Swanshanks. Is doable. You see Immortal now. He's making moves to get close to Shadas. Shadas is just holding his own there, isn't he? I don't know how much battery Shadas... He's got half his battery left. Oh, we're getting to that point now where drivers have got to be thinking about the end of race strategy. So his Sly Guy, yep, he's in for another set of softs. Is Keza going to follow him? No, he's not. Again, I think Keza maybe going for a one stop as we want to lap 27. So we've got 9 laps now. Yeah, so with 9 laps now, Keza goes to the end on these tyres. He would have put 21 laps on them. That's got to be near puncture territory, that, isn't it? Andy Lou, 3-second time penalty. Sly Guys basically went in first, come out second. He's going to be so much quicker than Keza B. That gap's going to close down so quick. AC Immortal, currently P3, 11 laps on the mediums. Again, he's going to be pushing 20 lap. Full tyres come the end of the race. What will they be like? So Shaddaz is going to have to pit again, I do believe. If Swanshanks can go to the end, he could be on for some good points. But oh, there you go. Shaddaz, Senna has made his pit stop. And he's obviously going to pick DRS up off the Ghost of Styles here. Fair play to Styles for keeping it going the day. You know, that's what we'll love to see. Senna gets that DRS. Swanshanks going right, swapping to the left. You know, that Senna's just closed that gap, coming down the back straight as Swanshanks is harvesting ARS, so he's not even going to fight this. He's a sitting duck to Senna. Just moves out the way, he knows. Now though, the question, he's got his teammate behind him. His teammate is going to be on so much fresher tyres, so much quicker tyres. Unfortunately, Williams aren't in the running for the constructors this season. And at this moment in time, I think after today, it could be a 2-horse race between the Alpines and the Red Bulls. I mean, each driver now from the respective 3 teams, there's only one driver left, so there's only one Red Bull driver, there's only one Alpine driver today. Although, did anyone pick up the other second Alpine seat? No. I've just literally 29 laps in, I've just mentioned Broken Arrow, he's not even here. I'll have to be checking to see if he checked in. Yeah, Jonesy the only Alpine driver. Senna the only... Oh. The Styles gets another 3-second time penalty for cutting that final chicane. And yeah, Page the only Haas driver in. So again, just quickly tell you that Red Bull and Alpine joined top of the constructors, both on 300 points each. Oh, that was a touch. I'm sure that was definitely hit to the wall there. Hopefully that wasn't too much damage done. And the gaps are splitting so wide now. But look at that, man. Sly Guy, he was 10 seconds behind 2 laps ago. He's 2.5 seconds quicker than Keza on them tyres. Really tasty at the end. Tachi now, unfortunately, hasn't had the best of races. He's about to be lapped by the leader. Of course, Mo isn't in the lobby. Styles gets another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh mate, my heart goes out here. That's such a shame. There we go, Keza gets past Itachi now. Penalties, I have a quick look at the penalties again. So Keza B's got 9 seconds, Sly Guy's got 3 seconds. I mean, Sly Guy's won the race now, isn't he? Sharazo God, I fucking forgot already penalties. So 9 seconds penalties. Shalas is 16 seconds. So Keza's still on a podium. Oh, he's still in second, isn't he? Fastest lap. Fastest lap's currently Mo's Ghost with a 1:08.8. Of course, that'll not be the case. Sly Guy with a 1:09.4. Wow, that kid's something else, man, isn't he? He's something else. Interval times, there you go. Sly Guy, 1.8 seconds. See how much he closes down in this braking zone. You could be reading the license plate of the car in front at this rate, if they had them, obviously. Yeah. Come to the end of lap 31, into lap 32. We've got Andy Liu and Swanshanks. We're battling. I think Swanshanks just playing the tyre strategy game. No need to be battling. At the minute he's still in for a couple of points, but he's gone deep into this hairpin there, and he's had to yield that position, and I think he might have touched the wall again there with the Maniac. He does have DRS, but now he needs to just hold that final point paying position, as does the Maniac. Andy Liu, Jonesy now P7, Mini Ramsel P6, Shadaz P5, Senna P4. So I mean, theoretically you should really have Senna, Shadaz and Mini Ramsel on your podium, but that's unfortunate. Still good. In fact, I'm going to have a look. I want to have a look if Senna can hold P4. What's that going to give him? Styles picking up yet another penalty. He's on for record breaking. So there'll be essentially 52 points to play for after today. And as the stand before today's race, there was a 33-point gap between Senna and Jonesy. So if Senna picks up 12 and Jonesy picks up 6, that'll be a 39-point gap difference. So the Senna hasn't won the title yet. It's definitely going to go down. Well, Monaco next week, penultimate race of the season, is going to have its say. Nizzy, he's not here again today. I think he now, though, has wrapped up P3 in the standings. I'm going to jump to. I thought it was the other way around. We're going to let Sly Guy take the lead, but we've missed it. And what it has done, I mean, joint constructors. Sorry to everybody, but I didn't expect the McLarens to pick up so many points today. Of course, joint construction, as that is, they are top of the lot. A great team this season have the McLarens. We're going to give some hopefuls more time. Look at that man, Shadaz, 22 laps as we're on to the penultimate lap of the race. He's doing a great job. I wonder what the tyre wear is like on them. I'm sure for the last 5-10 laps it's just been flashing up. Bing, bing. You have X amount of wear. Another fair play to the Maniac. Look at that. 18 laps on hards. Yeah, 18 laps. Hards can do 18 laps, no problem, but on this track you've got to drive them 18 laps, and we've got Styles unfortunately taking another spin, and I think now he's just going to go slow, let the guys lap him or whatever, and just get this race over with. Sly Guy now is on lap 35 of 35. So by the end of lap 1 he'd been lapped, and he came back, unlapped himself. I'm going to say with the help of a safety car, and he's going to win this race. Of course, the odds on Sly Guy not winning, well, the odds on him winning were like 1 to 3 million. As he goes down the back straight in 6th gear. Oh, Kazabi, what can he do? Oh, he's cut that corner there. But anyway, today's Grand Prix in Canada and League 2 has been won by Sly Guy. Keza's going to be second. Senna though, oh, that's fair play to Senna. Fair play, Senna. Getting up to P3. AC Motor might have backed off because of penalties, I don't know, but well done, Senna, getting that podium. Oh, and AC Motor's just took it off him because of penalties. Ah, damn it. The Senna's going to be in 4th. Mini Ramsel's going to be 5th. Shadas is 6th. Jonesy, he's going to come across the line in 7th. Andy Lou is going to be 8th. Maniac in 9th. Page is going to pick up that final point. Although Maniac, well done mate, 20 laps on them hards, man, that must have been a struggle in itself. Page is going to pick up the final point, well done to her. Swanshanks is going to come home in 11th, and Mo's Ghost is going to be 12th. Itachi and Styles unfortunately did get lapped, and their race is already done. Well, I know the top 3 take a big chunk of points, but still fair play to the rest of the guys. So Senna, he's going to be on picking up 12 points. Yep, so that's going to be him on 235 points. Jones is going to pick up 6 points. He's going to be on 196. So yeah, that's a split of 6 today, so that's a 39 point gap. Monaco next week, anything can happen. This title race is not over yet, but we shall see. Constructors wise, Senna is going to have, so Jonesy and Broken Arrow in the Alpine are going to be on 306 points. Bearded Dave and Senna in the Red Bull are going to be on 305 points. I could be wrong. 287, 12. No, they're going to be on 299. So there's going to be a 7 point gap between Alpine and Red Bull, and Haas is going to sit in between them two on 301, as Page picked up that last point there, as we see. So, one safety car, couple of DNFs, couple of absolute rocket men drivers, as you can see, in first, second and third. So very well done to them 3 guys there. Thank you very much for making the numbers. The rest of the guys, I hope you can be somewhat happy with them points, although, like I say, the top 3 take so many points, it is a shame. But no, that's the Canadian Grand Prix done. We've got 2 races left of the season, and like I say, it'll all start on Thursday with the Monaco GP, and that'll be brought to you by Bearded Dave, I do believe, in the championship. So until then, from me, from everyone on League 2, bye for now.